Hello, everybody. It's time again for another encounter story from a subscriber with Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Check out my new show, Tuesdays, 9 in the East, Beyond BMR. He had a great show last week with Barton Nunnally in Humanoids. Yesterday, Jessica Jones and I had a great show on Brunch with Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. That's at noon on Thursdays with Daryl Denton. That was a great encounter show with Daryl. He did a great job. On to the subscriber. Early summer 2001. My brother Steve and I, call me Ron, we're hiking in the bayous of Louisiana. I'm not going to say the exact location, Rob, despite not giving my real name. The folks of this particular location have been spooked for decades, and still, I am a member of this community. I was 32 years young back then and have waited to email you this for months. I am now 53 years old, and this is the first time I've written about this. I have been waiting to find a source to offer my encounter to, and that will be you, Rob. There are many people out there that do this, but I feel you're genuine and you do not discriminate. I appreciate all you and what your group does. Ron, or whatever your real name is, thank you for that. Steve and I had taken our swamp boat deep into the bayou looking to do some gator hunting. Our boat back then was very loud and distractive. Because of this, when we were close to our hunting area, we would shut it down and drift for several hours to ensure that our disturbance would be unfounded. This location for years was deemed taboo, and that many hauntings have plagued this area. Many a man has come back shaken and confused, with little words uttered. In speaking with old man Jasper, I had told him where we planned to travel. He emphatically urged me not to go to this spot. In fact, he implored me. Any spot but there, he exclaimed. I was already intrigued by the legend, and old man Jasper got my juices flowing. We reached the spot early around 5:30 a.m. We shut down the motor and drifted down the swampy waterways for about an hour, occasionally using a paddle to keep upon a straight path. The tree line, vegetation, and the incredibly silent bayou gave me chills. Not a sound could be heard. This was very odd. It was a warm day, but I had caught a chill. This never happens in the swamp, as it always is hot and humid, with perspiration continuing to roll down your back. But this was different. I was cold, and my sweat from earlier gave me the feeling of an ice cube being rubbed up and down my spine. I looked to my brother Steve, and he was actually shaking from the cold and pleaded with me to turn back. He said, Ron, something is lurking from the boggy shoreline that feels unnatural. Certainly with the both of us being cold, as if this alone was not right. I decided that my brother was right and went to fire up the boat and get the hell out of there. Then, upon attempting to start the vessel, it would not turn over. From the shore of the swamp, we heard a sinister, almost witch-like laugh. A laugh that seemed to be mocking us. Steve and I felt uneasy and somewhat terrified, to be frank, started to panic, and this shrilling laughter got louder and louder, and it appeared to get closer. And still, our craft would not start. I looked to the edge of the swamp and tried to find the sources of this haunting laughter, when suddenly I see a figure of what appeared to be a man. But this man had the head of a giant dog or a wolf. The creature was jet black, with high-pointed ears and a snout much longer than any dog or wolf that I have ever seen. It then proceeded to walk parallel to the shoreline on two legs, and it appeared to be carrying something. Of what this is, Rob, I could not clearly see it. The beast then disappeared back deeper into the swamp's edge and out of sight. I went back to try and start the boat and with keeping my eyes to the shore when suddenly what appeared to be the dead carcass of an alligator flew from the shoreline, landing not less than 3 feet from the boat. The gator's jaws were both snapped backwards, and its bowels were distended from its body. Horrified, I looked back into the woodline, and that laughter started up again. And eventually, it did dissipate, and all went silent. Miraculously, I got the boat started, and without haste, sped back to where I felt safe. I don't know what this was, Rob, but I tell you what, I felt evil for the first time. Ron. I got to tell you, buddy, thank you for that. I got chills just now, you guys, listening to that, reading that. I don't know what to make of that. Tore apart an alligator, threw it toward the vessel, but yet he makes mention of the sounds of a witch, the curdling laughter of a witch. He makes mention of a wolf head on an upright body, paralleling them. What type of power, what type of creature could do that to an alligator? It doesn't make mention how big the alligator was, irregardless. It was something powerful. And this sounds sinister. I have Ron's email. I've got to find out more about this. I gotta know whereabouts in Louisiana this is. I'm not familiar with the state. Maybe some of you are. Maybe some of you have heard things similar to Ron's story. Very intriguing. Thank you so much for listening. I am Bigfoot Michigan Rob. I do brunch with Bigfoot Michigan Rob, 1 p.m. in the East. Many great guests and researchers. I also have my new show on Tuesdays, 9 in the East, called Beyond BMR. Don't forget to subscribe to Bigfoot Michigan Rob, and share it out. Subscribe to Texas Frog Porch, our mothership. A lot of great content. 5, 6 live shows per week. And a lot of other great content. For you, if it were not for you, I wouldn't be here. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. BMR's out.